think an entrepreneur needs to be passionate about what they're doing, their product, whether it's a service or a product that their company is building. They need to be passionate about that and see the value that that's going to bring to people as it develops. That passion will, you mentioned the long hours, the hard work, so that passion will sustain you through that. I think you also need to be a risk taker. It's a risky venture. So you've got to be comfortable being out there on that limb and going into uncharted territory. And so you got to feed off of that anxiety that creates. Then I also think the other thing you have to have is confidence in yourself, that you are the right person to do this. You can make this happen. But you have to balance that confidence with being humble in that you don't know everything. And you're going to make mistakes, and you need to learn from those, listen to people, take advice, consider it thoughtfully, make your decision to move forward.
Yeah, I think the most important characteristics of an entrepreneur are determination, grit, not giving up, because entrepreneurship is very hard, and it takes a lot to make that first step, and not giving up. Being confident in yourself, being confident in your team, and knowing that you can certainly put your mind to it and get over that hurdle and get it done. Just do it. There's so many entrepreneurs that sit back and they want to wait for that specific right time. Well, I can tell you now, the time is just going to pass by as you sit there and wait. And if you do it now, then the time is going to be in your hands, and it will work out. And so take that leap and just do it.
Resilience, that's key to me. You know, things change as an entrepreneur every day. You're faced with new challenges all the time, and you just got to roll with the punches. Another one would be just the ability to be flexible and wear many hats. You know, you have to go broad and do so many different jobs as an entrepreneur. I think the biggest quality that served me well is, I'd like to believe, my leadership and influencing skills. It's enabling people to achieve more than they originally anticipated or expected out of themselves. You have to have that strong foundation and clarity in your head for why you're doing what you're doing. Listen to people around you who care about you, and they're going to guide you well.
I think being a good entrepreneur in whatever the context is, it's really important to connect with who your end user or customer is, but not in a way that just simply hears what they have to say. You have to listen and hear what they have to say, but you have to also go one step beyond that and really understand what they really do and what their real needs are. So they may say, okay, well, I need A, B, C, and D, but there's a, you know, E, F, G that they're not telling you. And the folks can connect those dots most efficiently and not just give them their basics or what they're asking for, but go beyond that and really connect the dots between what they really need and what they're really trying to accomplish and what you're able to bring to the table. When you're able to do that, that skill is just, you know, it puts you on a completely different level. And it's really important to have that thirst for understanding your customer beyond necessarily only what they're saying. And if you can live the life of that customer, if you can live in that shoe, if you can do the work that they do and carry that load they carry every day, it gives you a completely different perspective when it goes to creating products or services or whatever it is that population needs. When you can live it, you can and understand the domain, you can deliver a product that's just, you know, superior and knocks your socks off.
We actually have an internal term, we call it entrepreneurship. And we feel like Lithgow's a big enterprise that has some guidelines, some processes that we should run by. But if you think about it like driving down a road, we're not asked to stay in a specific lane, just keep it between the ditches. If you limit yourself to a certain growth and you have talent bubbling up from a young age and there's no place for them to go, they're going to leave and go somewhere else. So being conscious of that causes me to continually want to look into new things and grow bigger and provide opportunities for folks.
Don't be afraid to lose. In fact, somebody told me that If you're constantly hitting your targets dead on, you're not being aggressive enough. If you're never hitting your target, you're way over the end. You know, the goal is to probably fail about 50% of the time. Learn from those failures and move forward. Actually, I consider myself blessed. As a hospital administrator, really when a high school student asks me, what do you do? I'm an advocate. I'm an advocate for people that really take care of people. That's a blessing. Anywhere from a nurse to a physician to a respiratory therapist, they are truly the heroes. My job is to knock down the barriers that they face. And to me, that's very passionate. You know, they do sacred work. And to me, is being their advocate, that's my driver.
I feel that the most important characteristics of an entrepreneur are a few things. One is a can-do attitude. Always willing to step up and do it no matter how much experience or inexperience you have. Second would be fall in love with the process more than the destination, right? Because ultimately, grinding every day is what's going to get you there, not just thinking about, the end of the dream, if that makes sense. And then lastly, listen more, stay humble, and just hustle. For someone looking to start their business in 2022, I would suggest just get started, prove it. I always share that you don't have to create the Taj Mahal before you go to market. Go find a way to prove that the problem you're solving exists, that it really exists, and then go find a solution and improve it on the smallest scale possible. Surround yourself with the right people, but before you can surround yourself with the right people, you have to be undeniably yourself. I find that entrepreneurship can create so much stress that you forget who you are, you forget what your why and what your purpose is. And what I'll tell you is, be yourself. Your greatest chance of success is just being you, and then go and use your talent and skills to attract really talented people to join your vision and mission.
It has to be a burning desire and love for what you do. Resiliency is important, but if that burning desire to want to be something and want to create isn't there, it's impossible, you're going to quit. Have enough faith in your initial goal that anything that pops up is not going to deter you. I think if the goal is kept steadfast in your brain, no matter what pops up in front of you, the goal is bigger than the problem itself. At the end of the day, I think entrepreneurs should be judged by their communities. In times of negativity, I never realized how much of an impact I had until I needed every person I've ever met. If you focus on every person in your community and you treat them like it's their own business, your business is going to explode.
The secret of whatever success we've had has really been the team and the people. We've invested in some great equipment, a fantastic building that we're very proud of, but it's the people. It's the people that we work with, that we're with every day, that make the business, make it fun, make it exciting, and really, it's the best team that I've ever worked with. I think investing in people is more important than investing in any piece of equipment or facility or anything like that. Some qualities that have served me well in entrepreneurship are I have a desire to, I really enjoy people, working with people and building teams. The ability to deal with stress or insecurities, anxiety. I've really learned to handle that a lot better, and it's become more of a strength of mine.
I feel important characteristics for an entrepreneur are integrity, dependability, determination, resilience, courage. Recognize the fact that you're going to work harder than you've ever worked in your life with no guarantee of reward. Know your craft, do your homework. Recognize that you're going to go into it, that you're going to have some failures, you're going to have some obstacles, and you're going to have some challenges. But if you have a dream to start a business, my advice is just do it. In my own journey, I faced many obstacles and challenges, and I, again, could not let what someone else was saying deter me from my dream and my purpose, and to make sure that I was going to be around to be the change that I wanted to see in the industry that I chose as my profession and that I love. And we all need to dream, we all need to believe in our dreams, and we need to recognize that if we're willing to work hard enough, that we can make them a reality.
You have to be ambitious. You really have to have that fire in your belly to just get up and do what you need to do. and be able to have that foresight of what needs to be done. And even though you may have certain capabilities in one aspect of the business, being an entrepreneur is really understanding all aspects of the business. Your boss is your client. You would be surprised at how many people have resources that they can share with you or add value to what you're trying to do and are happy to point you in the right direction. And one thing that I did do was I communicated. Once again, I can be humble enough to say, hey, I don't have this all figured out, but I know you're in banking. Do you have any suggestions? I know you're in real estate. Do you have any suggestions? I know you own a construction firm. Do you have any suggestions? And just utilize those resources to build on your weaknesses. Take your time. Entrepreneurship isn't something that you have to rush into. You can plan and grow into it organically.
I would say if you're looking to start your own business in 2022, write out your vision, make it plain so that you can see it on paper. And then pull together resources to help you bring that vision to fruition. I always go back to focus because I don't think that I would have been able to have the longevity that I've had had I not been able to stay focused. I still believe in working hard and I work often. I just balance everything. Having vision, I still point to because I want to always have creative and innovative things happening with the company. I don't want everything to always look the same. If I could think about my life and had a word, the word would be grateful. I'm grateful.